girlfriend always keeps bringing up how perfect her ex was, and even suggested I take tips, so I dumped her exactly the same way he did. Met Sarah 18 months ago at a barbecue. The connection was instant. The first 6 months were amazing, but around month 7, things changed. It began with occasional comments about her ex, then the comparisons became frequent and detailed. During dinner, she'd mention how her ex always knew exactly what wine to pair with each dish. When planning getaways, she'd reminisce about her ex creating detailed itineraries. Even watching TV, she'd say, "My ex had this amazing way of giving shoulder massages." I tried talking to her about how these constant comparisons made me feel. She apologized and promised to be more mindful. Things improved for 2 weeks before falling back into the same pattern. But what really got to me was when she started suggesting I should learn from her ex. "You know," she said one evening, "my ex had this great way of showing affection. He would leave little notes around the apartment. Maybe you could try that." After a disagreement about chores, my ex and I had this system where we divided tasks based on schedules. Maybe we should try his approach. The breaking point came during dinner with friends. Someone asked about our holiday plans. Before I could answer, she jumped in. "Well, my ex had this amazing tradition where he'd surprise me with weekend getaways every Christmas. He planned everything perfectly." She looked at me and added, "Maybe you could get some tips from him." Our friends looked uncomfortable. I felt completely humiliated. Later that night, I asked about her ex and their breakup. That's when she revealed something that made everything click. Her ex had ended their 3-year relationship by gradually becoming distant, then taking her to their favorite restaurant where he calmly explained he'd outgrown the relationship. According to her, it was the most mature and considerate way to end things. The way she described it, with admiration and lingering attachment, made me realize she wasn't over him and was trying to mold me into his image. That's when I decided to give her exactly what she seemed to want, a breakup just like her ex had done. I spent weeks carefully planning every detail, mirroring his approach perfectly. I became slightly distant, maintained our routine with subtle changes, and made a reservation at our favorite restaurant. During those weeks, her behavior only reinforced my decision. When I bought flowers, she mentioned how her ex knew her exact favorite variety. When I cooked dinner, she talked about her ex's Italian dishes. It was like living in a ghost's shadow. I chose Thursday evening, just like her ex had done. I even dressed the way she'd mentioned her ex dressed for important occasions. The evening of dinner, she was in a great mood. As we settled in, she started telling me how her ex had celebrated her promotion with a surprise party. I let her finish, then smiled. "You know, all these months of hearing about your ex have been really enlightening." She looked surprised. "What do you mean?" "I've learned a lot about what you value in a relationship. It's helped me understand exactly what needs to be done." Her face lit up, thinking this was leading to some grand gesture. "Really? That's so mature. I always thought if you could learn from his approaches." "I have learned," I interrupted calmly. "I've learned you're not over him. I've learned you're trying to recreate your relationship with him through me. And most importantly, I've learned exactly how to end this relationship in a way you'll appreciate." The color drained from her face. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying that just like your ex did, I've realized I've outgrown this relationship. And just like him, I'm ending it in what you've described as the most mature way possible at our favorite restaurant with a calm explanation." Her face went through shock, confusion, hurt, then anger. "This isn't funny," she whispered. "I'm not trying to be funny. I'm doing exactly what you've spent months praising. Isn't this what you call the perfect way to end things? You're breaking up with me because I talked about my ex? No, I'm breaking up with you because you're clearly not over your ex and spent our entire relationship trying to turn me into him." She started crying, not the dignified tears she'd described her ex handling, but messy, mascara-running tears. "You're being cruel. Actually, I'm being exactly what you wanted. Methodical, calm, and direct. Just like your ex. Isn't this the mature approach you praised so many times?" "I chose Thursday night just like he did. I'm wearing the outfit you mentioned he wore for serious occasions. I picked a nice restaurant just like he did. The only difference is that this time you're experiencing it instead of just reminiscing about it." My girlfriend always keeps